How extraordinary. It is the greatest comeback in modern political history. To find an example of it, you don't have one this century, you don't have one last century, you got to go back to the century before that when they had the 18 in front of the years that were being counted down. Now, there are many images, many stories, many things to tell you about, many things that you've watched happen all the way through the day. And I've done my best to play that straight news bat because, as I said, all day long, you don't want to rub people's face in it. That's not cool. It's not okay. You've got to be a good winner because you've got to be paying attention to the people who are feeling the loss. But we've got to soak the moment in as well. This is an incredible moment in history. It is an incredible victory for people who had been ignored, who had been called garbage, who had been told that their views were not in polite society any further. And they roared. And these were the same people who 4 years ago sacked Donald Trump. The same people in the same swing states who have now rehired Donald Trump. And in an evening of extraordinary images, a campaign of images, when I think we all felt exactly the same thing, July 15 Australian time, that when the bloke got shot, his reaction was not to crumble, but was to fight, fight, fight. And his call all the way through the campaign was fight, 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 vote, vote, vote. And now he gets to say win, win, win. You need to have a look at this photo because this is going to be one for the history books. This is a photo of the exact moment Donald Trump returned to the presidency. He's backstage, waiting to go on stage at his supporters in Florida. His son took the photo as he's watching on to the numbers being counted and then the result being declared. To have that image before us, to have an insight into the most personal of moments, is a perfect example about, in many ways, the open book that is Donald Trump and is his candidacy. At times it can be ugly to read, at times it can be difficult to read, at times it doesn't make a lot of sense. But it's always an open book. And the idea that this was not some sort of filtered special image that was curated by a campaign. It was a son who took a photo of his father fighting back to the place where he will now lead the free world. I find it unbelievable. And as we were sitting back watching all of it happen, the inevitability coming minute after minute, state after state, hour after hour, in lefty land, where they thought there was no chance, where this was the basket of deplorables, when this was the people who had been run out of town, to see them coming back, not quite coping.